So this was my third, I think, it might have been fourth, I have a little bit of COVID blindness with time, year attending General Assembly remotely. And I really continued to be very impressed with how the organizers involved the remote participants. I continued to love the fact that one of the benefits of attending remotely is the ability to multitask. Love it. For example, I chose to fold clothes and match socks while witnessing the important discussions of our changing faith and the need, as people have spoke about, of updating our principles that guide us. While remote attendance gives an amazing ability to multitask, this year, maybe due to COVID fatigue, I felt myself experience a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. Every time I saw a speaker who I knew, a friend, a group of colleagues hanging out and laughing, I wished I was there with them and not struggling to find missing sock matches while witnessing their joy. Just as I started to feel a bit sorry for myself for not being physically present at General Assembly, I couldn't help but notice the chaos that laid in front of me. In my clean laundry basket, there were piles of socks screaming to be matched, piles of them scattered haphazardly, some rolled up, others lying solo, missing their mates. I knew my job was to search through that basket and find those missing partnered socks, even the ones that were lost to the cosmos of the washer and dryer, a phenomenon that even after my 50 years of laundering on this planet, I still cannot explain. But I also started to think that maybe this seemingly mundane task might be related to a broader pursuit of collective liberation. Bear with me. As I sorted through the colorful arrays of socks, I began to ponder how each one represented a unique individual in our society. The vibrant patterns and different sizes reminded me of the diverse identities and experiences that we all bring when we come together as community. Just like socks, no two individuals are exactly alike, even when matched. Some are slightly longer, stretched out, you know the ones that when you put on, they don't stay quite up all the time. Maybe you're feeling like one of those tired and stretched out socks. And yet, societal pressures insist that I search for matching pairs. I needed to minimize each potential match's individualism to find the often elusive twin. Do these potential individuals share some kind of common trait? Perhaps it's the number of stripes, perhaps it's the color of the bands around them, or the patterns of rainbows or ducks, or insert wildlife creature of your desire. Just like my basket of socks, there is diversity of thought in our faith movement as well. And as I sifted through my basket of laundry, I heard the intense differences coming through the pro and con microphones, through my computer speaker, as debate was being welcomed over our need to update our principles. Which are, by the way, those parts of us that contain our promises to one another, our promises made across the Unitarian Universalist Association. Some of the differences were mostly pragmatic in nature, linguistic, words, changing of words, and some were, in fact, as Mark spoke earlier, based out of fear, a fear that echoes the same fear in our greater world. But for the most part, all of the detraction did not seemingly move us from the need for our faith to move into a broader future, serving a larger community while anchoring us in the center of a love that we so often proclaim. My search for matching socks took on a symbolic significance. It became a metaphor to the need to let go of our obsession with individualism and instead focus on building bridges and fostering connections, even when or if we are not quite the same. I realized that unless we actively work towards unity and collaboration, we might forever remain individually mismatched, perpetuating systems that prioritize personal gain over the common good. This General Assembly and the work done underscored for me our combined embrace of transformative processes in reimagining our faith. And this is a wisdom shared by so many, including activist and author Adrienne Maree Brown, who reminds us of the urgent need to minimize our individualism in order to embrace collective freedom. In her work, Emergent Strategies, Brown states, "We change. Emergent strategy is how we intentionally change in ways that grow our capacity to embody the just and liberated worlds we so desperately long for." This statement resonates with the essence of having the courage to embrace communal transformation while keeping my individualism in check. We do this as a faith movement by maintaining our individual mindsets while adopting a broader collective heart set. For me, this General Assembly, whether you attended it in person or remote, was an embodiment of this practice. As a voting delegate, every discussion is an exercise in balancing my individual thoughts about the topic with my feelings around the anticipated impact of the decision on the larger faith movement and people who may not look or navigate this world like I do. With this perspective, I took a deep breath and approached the task of matching socks with a new perspective. Instead of fixating on finding perfect matches, I embraced the ideas of celebrating diversity and, much to the chagrin of my husband, found the beauty of mismatched pairs. I'm wearing a pair today. As I paired socks with whose ideal match was missing in the jungle of my laundry room, I used differing colors, patterns, and lengths, and saw it as a small act of resistance against conformity and a step towards honoring the unique contributions each of us makes when we join a particular community. What a reminder that true progress lies not in our individual achievements, but in our shared efforts to dismantle oppressive systems, challenge societal norms, and create a world where everyone's inherent worth and dignity are recognized, but not so overly valued as to damage the broader community. As I folded the last pair of mismatched socks, I smiled, realizing that embracing our collective power and minimizing our individuality is not only essential, but also transformative. In this act of doing laundry while attending General Assembly, I had uncovered a bit of a truth. In our pursuit of liberation, it is crucial to move beyond the confines of individualistic thinking. We are doing this in our reimagination of Article 2. We are expanding our understanding of community. We are embracing the needed courage to deepen our commitment to collective liberation as we center love and create spaces that nurture growth, justice, and equity for all. So will you help me match our mismatched faith socks? Maybe we can be the ones to finish our collective laundry.